Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis makes his WWE television debut as the brand new SmackDown General Manager. Kevin Owens is revealed as the person traded from Raw to SmackDown as part of Jey Uso's trade from SmackDown to Raw. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns go face-to-face for the first time since the nights after WrestleMania 39. Speaking of Roman Reigns, LA Knight emerges as the next possible contender for Reigns' undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Jade Cargill meets Charlotte Flair backstage in her first appearance on SmackDown. Tony Khan reportedly meets officials from CMLL. Randy Orton and WWE are targeting a return prior to Survivor Series later on next month. Elton Prince makes his return to WWE in-ring competition. And Cody Rhodes has one more announcement for NXT coming this Tuesday. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Nick Aldis. The rumors were indeed true. He has officially made his WWE television debut and is a brand new authority figure for the blue brand for WWE. On last night's episode of SmackDown, Triple H appeared to make a big announcement about the future of both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Triple H came to the ring where an awaiting Adam Pearce was already in a corner. After soaking in some adulation from the crowd, he got to the point of being there. Touting Adam Pearce having done an incredible job, doing a thankless job. He was appreciative to Pearce for all he does and noted it is a job that no one person should do alone. Adam Pearce was informed that he was getting a promotion to be the new general manager of Monday Night Raw, which led to his announcement regarding SmackDown. With Dominic Mysterio interrupting Triple H, it was quickly apparent that Dom was not who Triple H was referencing. With Triple H introducing Nick Aldis as the new general manager of SmackDown, Aldis was pleased to take the reins of the #1 sports entertainment brand in the world. Aldis would go on to immediately be greeted by the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and also revealed an interesting trade, revealing the person who was actually traded from Raw to SmackDown as part of Jey Uso's trade from SmackDown to Raw. Of course, Aldis has been recently working as a producer backstage for WWE. He did also appear later on during a time in which we saw Roman Reigns go face-to-face with Cody Rhodes. We'll talk about that a bit later on. But actually, what was quite interesting is prior to Aldis making his WWE TV debut, it was reported last night quite extensively by numerous people that Aldis was going to be revealed as the authority figure for SmackDown. We covered this last night. But what's quite interesting with this is WrestleVotes provided a further update noting that sources have stated within the last month that at one point there were ideas thrown around to see if Aldis' wife and former 6-time WWE Women's Champion Mickie James would have been interested in being a co-general manager with her husband. Of course, now it doesn't look to be happening at this point of time. We're still not sure whether or not she's actually under contract to Impact Wrestling at this point. Nevertheless, it was an idea thrown around at one point. Nevertheless, it didn't happen. So what are your thoughts on Nick Aldis being presented as the new general manager for SmackDown? What are your thoughts on him appearing on WWE television? Do you think we will see Aldis at some point wrestle? Is this just a foot in the door for the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion? Or is he just going to be a producer and an authority figure, similarly to how Adam Pearce operates in WWE as well? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. I mentioned who was going to be revealed as traded for Jey Uso to SmackDown from Raw, and it's none other than Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is back on the blue brand. Now, after Triple H introduced Nick Aldis as the new SmackDown general manager, they were quickly interrupted. With Dominic Mysterio making an entrance to a deafening crowd reaction of boos, Triple H commented, quote, "I always thought they were piped in, the boos, but it really was that loud in the ring." Doubling down on busting the conspiracy theories, Triple H also gave Dominic his microphone, suggesting his was maybe to blame for why no one could hear him. After Aldis joined the conversation, being introduced as the new general manager of SmackDown, he had more pressing business at hand than to placate Dom. Telling Dom he was a big fan of his dad, he was there to cut to the chase to immediately introduce the newest SmackDown star. Kevin Owens made his entrance as the newest draftee to SmackDown, apparently having been traded for Jey Uso in the deal brokered by Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens silently entered the ring, gave a stunner to Dominic, and shook hands with Nick Aldis and the Raw general manager Pierce, and gave a little hug to Triple H to end the in-ring segment. Of course, the ironic thing being is that Dominic Mysterio is part of the Monday Night Raw roster, so why he was there in the first place, not too sure about that. Nevertheless, backstage, Roman Reigns was already not pleased at Owens' arrival, being shown watching the segment in his private locker room before getting agitated. So, what are your thoughts on Kevin Owens being drafted to SmackDown? What do you think the reaction is going to be of Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw? Is he going to blame Cody Rhodes for sending his best friend to another show? Let me know your thoughts about that too in the comment section below. Now, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns went face-to-face for the first time since the night after WrestleMania. On last night's SmackDown season premiere, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns came face-to-face for the first time since the Raw after WrestleMania 39. Just one night after his stunning loss in Los Angeles at WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes was set to get in the ring with Roman Reigns, but the moment would never come to pass. Instead, Rhodes was attacked by his one-time tag team partner for the night, Brock Lesnar, and began his Raw side quests, with no interaction with Roman Reigns since then. However, that changed on last night's SmackDown, where Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso successfully defended the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. After the match, though, the pair were greeted by first Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, seemingly indicating their plan to challenge for the tag titles, but they were not alone. With Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman trailing thereafter, eventually Roman and Cody would be face-to-face while the Usos and Sikoa were visible behind them. This could be seen as a tease for where Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes feuds are going in the future. Maybe not immediately in the immediate future, i.e. the next premium live event, that being Crown Jewel, but it could be an indication that this is the eventual path. This is the final destination for WrestleMania 40 next year, where Cody Rhodes could once again try and finish the story by defeating Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Now, I speak about Roman Reigns' immediate future, and it looks like his immediate future is not with Cody Rhodes, but rather with LA Knight, as he went face-to-face with the megastar last night, as well as spearing him after the main event. The Tribal Chief may have returned to SmackDown, and the fans in Tulsa, Oklahoma may have acknowledged him, but that was outshined in part by WWE's hottest rising star in LA Knight, who confronted the undisputed WWE Universal Champion to open the show. Knight's partner at Fastlane, John Cena, kicked things off, but before he could really get going, Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and the wise man Paul Heyman made their way to the ring. Reigns took issue with Cena right off the bat, and the GOAT acquiesced to an extent, saying he was there to acknowledge him and tip his cap to his impressive reign as champion. Ever so humble in his current WWE run, Cena denied he was there to challenge Reigns, but slyly indicated that he knew someone who was. Enter LA Knight, with a huge crowd reaction. If there was a question about the stock WWE is putting in Knight to this point, this face-off may have settled that right here and now. Knight came in hot, imploring Reigns to indeed declare himself as the head of the table and the Tribal Chief before anointing, but putting praise on himself and his meteoric rise of late just in time to eat a blindside shot from Jimmy Uso. But Knight fought him off, and what's left of the bloodline left in the ring. Knight grabbed the mic and took issue with the whole bunch, challenging not Uso, but Sikoa, with a match between the two set to take place later on in the evening. That match did take place, but it was actually Roman Reigns who had the final say of the evening. Following from what happened in the opening segment of last night's episode of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa faced LA Knight in the main event of the show. The crescendo of the match saw Jimmy Uso appear and try and take out LA Knight, only for John Cena to sprint down to the ring and stop him, hitting an AA. With Jimmy down and out, Solo Sikoa Samoan spiked Cena, thus taking him out of the equation as well, only for Knight to land a BFT, blunt force trauma, to pick up the pinfall victory. As Knight celebrated, Roman Reigns out of nowhere delivered a spear, standing tall with a chorus of boos to end the show. This would suggest seemingly that Reigns' next feud is with LA Knight. Of course, the next time we're expected to see Roman Reigns wrestle is at Crown Jewel. So do you think we could get Roman Reigns versus LA Knight for the undisputed Universal Championship? But does that mean that LA Knight is going to be defeated by the Tribal Chief like several other big names over the past 3 years? Jade Cargill made an appearance last night on SmackDown as well in what was a star-studded show. After signing with WWE last month, former AEW TBS champion Jade Cargill has been inching closer and closer to her official WWE debut. And Friday Night SmackDown brought the latest move, her first backstage appearance on SmackDown, which featured a first ever face-off between Cargill and the Queen Charlotte Flair. The segment was brief, but memorable as Flair turned away from her conversation with Adam Pearce in his office to find herself suddenly face-to-face with Cargill, who only smiled. Paul Triple H Levesque then entered the frame and prepared to introduce Cargill to Flair, but Flair already knew who she was. The two exchanged tense pleasantries before Flair walked away. This was Cargill's third appearance on WWE programming. Her official on-camera debut came at Fastlane earlier this month, with her second coming on Tuesday's widely viewed episode of NXT. Both appearances were backstage segments like this one that involved Levesque and Shawn Michaels respectively. The Charlotte encounter is Cargill's first on-camera meeting with an active WWE star and one who many fans are eager to see Cargill compete against. Do you think this is laying the foundations for Cargill's eventual in-ring debut, maybe against Charlotte Flair, or is this just a situation, again, to build Cargill up as a big star? Let me know your thoughts and reactions to the segments in the comment section below. And let's switch gears here to Cargill's former employer, that being AEW. And AEW President Tony Khan has confirmed that he met with another promotion yesterday on October 13. On October 12, AEW President Tony Khan announced that CMLL top star Mystico will make his debut for All Elite Wrestling on the October 20 episode of AEW Rampage against Rocky Romero. Khan provided a follow-up yesterday stating that he had the honor of meeting with CMLL on October 13. Taking to X, formerly known as Twitter, Khan promoted the Rampage matchup and revealed his meeting with CMLL. He writes, quote, "It was a great honor to meet today with CMLL. I am very excited about their involvement in next Wednesday's live event in Houston featuring CMLL champion versus champion, Mystico versus Rocky Romero next Friday night on AEW Rampage on TNT. AEW currently has working relationships with several different promotions, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, DDT, AAA, Impact Wrestling as well, plus several other small indie promotions too. The announcement of this match was made following Tony Khan gaining some attention on social media for taking a shot at WWE's John Cena and The Undertaker. As previously reported, this social media activity from Khan led to WWE feeling that this was a declaration of war. Now, let's talk about Randy Orton. A bit of an update on the Viper and when we can expect him back on WWE programming. A new report has revealed the target date for Randy Orton's WWE return. As previously reported, Randy Orton was seen at the Performance Center after being absent from WWE programming for almost 17 months. WWE has this strict rule that talents have to work out in some capacity at the Performance Center when they're on their way back to making a return. With this report, many fans started to wonder when Orton will make his long-awaited return to WWE television. Sean Rossap of Fightful Select provided an update noting that Orton and WWE are targeting him for him to return by Survivor Series 2023 in Chicago, Illinois. This will mark 18 months since Orton's last appearance with the company. As has been covered plenty, Orton said he wants to return to the ring, even though he's been advised against doing so. Of course, he had lower back spinal fusion surgery, and it's a bit of an unknown area as to how he's going to return, how he's going to recover, but it looks like we're going to see some light at the end of the tunnel because Survivor Series is the target date for the Apex Predator to return. Now, going back to SmackDown last night, Pretty Deadly were once again back in tag team action, returning with a victory. After being out of action for nearly 3 months to the day, Elton Prince has finally rejoined his Pretty Deadly tag team partner Kit Wilson in the ring. And to add poetic justice to the return, they faced the team that they were wrestling when Prince was injured, the Brawling Brutes. As far as the match was concerned, after feigning an injury to his knee, it would eventually be Elton Prince who would pick up the win after rolling up Ridge Holland. So once again, Pretty Deadly are back and back to their old shenanigans as well. Finally, Cody Rhodes was making several announcements this past Tuesday on NXT. He was the special guest general manager, and he's also now revealed he's got one more announcement to make. There is a Cody Rhodes surprise still awaiting WWE NXT fans on this week's upcoming edition of the show, the last before Halloween Havoc. According to Cody Rhodes, he still has one more NXT surprise left up his sleeve from his stint as guest general manager on the brand. However, fans will have to pop back next Tuesday to find out what the decision was. Rhodes writes on Twitter, quote, "Last Tuesday, before the clock struck midnight, I made one final decision as guest NXT GM. Find out what that decision was this Tuesday on NXT 8/7 Central on USA Network." approved by Rhodes last week, a unique tag team battle royal to determine who would get a shot at the NXT Tag Team Champions Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. He also already announced there'll be an NXT Men's Breakout Tournament when the women's version of the tournament finishes, and that the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Tournament is also returning. So we'll have to wait and see what that announcement is. What do you think that announcement is? Let me know your thoughts and predictions about that in the comment section below. But there you go, guys. This is the latest pro wrestling news for you. Reminder, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. We've got a new episode up this week. We're doing the Monday Night Wars rewatch series where we can go through in a chronological order every single episode of WCW Monday Nitro and every head-to-head episode of Monday Night Raw as well. We did the September 11, 1995 episode of Raw this week. So if you haven't already, be sure to join the WN365 roster. Plus, leave a comment in the comment section below. Click a like on the like button, and you can join me when I do my gaming streams as well. I've restarted WWE 13. It's been a madness. Anyway, guys, have a great Saturday, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Peace.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.